When I was 5 years old, I was involved in a fairly serious car accident where my grandmother had taken too many blood pressure pills, and as we approached an intersection, she passed out, and my mother, who was pregnant with my brother at the time, tried to grab the steering wheel, but it was too late, and the car careered straight across the road and into the path of another car that was coming this way. Hit our car, spun it around, I flew out of a side window, and my sister flew out after me. I landed in a hedge in a ditch and my sister landed on top of me. I have quite vivid memories of being told to count and staying awake and being in an ambulance and then staying the night in hospital. And it was really cool because I got felts and lots of chocolates and stuff. And there was still a hole in the hedge as we speak. And every time we go past him, my dad's like, there's a hole that saved your, there's a hedge that saved your life. Because I guess if I'd landed on the road, I probably might not be here. If I could go back to when I was 16 years old, I would tell myself not to be in such a hurry to grow up. God, it was, definitely that. Just relax and be a child. Yeah. As I grew up in the country, so I was a child that was never inside. In fact, I waited to the very last second of the day until my mother was screaming at me to come inside. I hated being inside. In fact, I still struggle today being inside. So all my childhood dreams and fantasies were based on outside characters and pretty much always involved some kind of princess being rescued. I was always a princess and I was always rescued, but it was great. And we'd build these elaborate huts and just, I feel so grateful that I've had an upbringing like that. I wish I was super quirky and had this OCD tendency, like my partner, OCD max. But there's one thing that I did think about, and I do a lot, and that's I'm quite obsessive about my teeth, and I floss a lot. I floss quite a bit during the day. Look after your teeth. Yeah, a piece of art that's changed my life or something like that was pretty hard because that just happens daily. But it would have to be probably books, and people that can write I find incredibly they just awe-inspire me. And there's a couple of books in particular. One is The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan Kundera. It's a book that stays with me. I don't know why. I think possibly I harbour some kind of secret fantasy to be somebody's Sabrina. I'd love to be a muse of some kind. And the other book is Just Kids by Patti Smith, because she was somebody's muse, and it is just beautifully written. On Saturday night we discussed this, and my girlfriend had come up with a dance move called the box. I'm like, oh my God, what can I do here? I haven't made anything up, but what I have done is created photo shoots, and on Friday night, in some kind of state, I came up with a really great concept for a hair film that we will bring to life next year, and I'm very excited about that. It's very cool. But yeah, it would have to be the photographic work that I'm involved with daily. Now the super mega question, I misread this, but I'm going to tell you my answer anyway. I mistook that when you gave your life, I thought it meant you had to die to save the planet. And so there was all these sorts of things. But yes, I would definitely do it in a heartbeat, mostly because it would tick off all those places I've always wanted to go and visit. And also you would have to, you'd have to pick and choose who was worth being saved, because otherwise you would be really busy. Because there's a delicate equilibrium of how the world kind of works. The butterfly effect, you've all heard of that. You could really screw with it and make your life a lot worse. But anyway, so if the world was in, a saving state, which it could be if we all pulled ourselves together and stopped fighting and being awful to the earth, I would definitely give up my life to save it. Yeah.